I have no idea what time it is. It is 1:57 a.m. Okay, so it's Sunday, 1:57 a.m. Don't know what day it is today. 24th. Sunday, July 24th. Wow, what's going on August? 1:57 a.m. So I told y'all about the dream that I had about, all these credit cards and debit cards and missing a card and, whatever, being on a supposed vacation and blah, blah, blah. So, and some guy trying to break down my door and all this, that, and the other. So, you guys, here's the truth about all that, right? Like, the reality of it hit me. I was supposed to get paid, well, really the day before yesterday now. And I split my pay over two different banks. One bank I had just to have an account, and it had a zero balance in it. I don't know if I've ever had a zero balance in that account before, but as long as it was, I don't remember the real rule. If it was a positive balance or zero balance, it was fine. But I never had it as zero balance. I always had like 15 cents or something in there, just to have an account and have it open, right? Then the other bank, I never really used it all. I got the bank account just so that I could get a credit card with it so that I could build my credit supposedly. But I'm seeing it's all a bunch of BS. But that was the reason that I got it. And then I realized I was having issues with the credit card. Like, it wouldn't even work in some places. So eventually I ended up just cutting it off. But I still kept the account because I was like, it's a bank account, right? But I always had problems with it. And so, but that was the account that I put some direct deposit into, supposedly, right? And I'm so pissed, you guys. Y'all. So, how about I end up getting my direct deposit stub, but neither one of my accounts received the funds? What the heck? So how? So I'm just like, what in the world? And it's something to look and see that you're supposed to have that money, but it's not there. Not there. Not there at all. And when I say look and see, meaning you have a stub, but the money is not there. So where did the money go? That's what I want to know, And I don't understand it. I just really don't understand it. And so I called the bank, and they were like, oh, it was closed due to zero balance. They didn't send me a notice that it was closed due to zero balance. They didn't send me none of that shit, So I'm like, what the hell? And then the other account, I didn't even bother with that because they always have some type of crazy issue and shit. And so I'm so done with that account. That was just for the credit card. I don't have the credit card no more. So I'm like, why? It pissed me off. And so, and so that's the part of the dream where it was talking about the credit and the pay. And then at first I was mad because I was just like, okay, it's my fault. The banks didn't do what they're supposed to do. But I was just like, there's when you process it for the first time at the institution, this particular company puts a pending balance on the account. I didn't see no pending whatever, But then on second thought, it seems like a good company, right? And on second thought, I'm like, what if it is intentional? Because why the hell would they not process the fucking shit through? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? It makes no sense. No sense. So I'm really pissed about that. I mean, eventually it'll get resolved one way or the other, right? But I have to wait until Monday, of course, so I can make all my phone calls and shit like that. It really pisses me off. And then on top of that, okay, so that's the part of the dream that took the financial part of it. Then the part of the dream that talked about, some guy banging on my door. I think I know what happened because situation, I don't know, there was a little bit of a mess. And I don't know how all that happened. Somebody did knock on my door. It ended up being some type of delivery or something like that of some stuff I don't want, which I need to pack back up in a box and put it away because I'm not going to use them, want that stuff. But you guys, and I don't like it. And I don't like it when companies send random stuff to your house. I don't like that. But anyhow, and I don't like none of that shit. But I'm about to. Sometime tomorrow or later today, I'm going to pack it up and put it back in the box. And this is not, this is quote unquote gifts. But you guys, I'm so pissed. Like, I'm angry. And, the anger shifted from one thing to the other. First, I'm like, okay, I'm mad at myself, but it wasn't about this specific situation, but all this circles around this one thing. And then when the bank thing or whatever didn't go through, I was like, okay, well, they just, I was like, okay, I'm not going to blame the company because so far the company's been really good. So I thought, so I think I still do kind of think, I don't know, I don't know because I say one thing and then something will happen and it'll be something else. But so I was like, no, that's my fault because, and in a way it is because if I didn't see the pending, I should have said something. But I was just like, no, it's no issues with those accounts, should be fine, right? But no, it's not there. The money is not there. And it pisses me off because it's like, it pisses me off because it just pisses me off. It causes a situation. Will it get resolved? Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. I have to make a few phone calls. I have to make calls to the banks. I made the calls to the banks already, but I need to, make other arrangements. So, and then I also need to call all the companies that are involved and be like, hey, this is what's going on. What can we do? But I'm upset about that. And then it was, like I said, like another little message shouldn't have happened. And even though in my heart, just like it's almost like the little girl from Whoville. I never really watched the show, so I don't know what the real premise is. Where she has this dream and she has this light about. In my mind, this is what it is. I haven't really watched the movie, but in my mind's eye, I picture this girl of really believing in Christmas and believing in all these great things. And it's like for me, I'm believing, because I have to work at this point. I have to. I'm believing that there's this perfect job out for me, for somewhere, somewhere, and even if out there for me somewhere. And even if it's not, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I just heard something. But, okay. But even if, like for me in my mind's eye, I want to believe the best, when I want to believe everything is good. And, hypothetically speaking, with the type of silly stuff that I go through, I mean, even if it's mostly good or if I don't see it directly as not good, where it's in my face where this is not good and we intend for this not to be good, then I'll take it as good. You know what I mean? But you guys, I'm so done. Like, sometimes things are not meant to be. And this particular thing, sometimes there's things bigger that are operating about it that you just don't know about. Like I said, there was a lot of coincidences at the inception of this one. And, I'm like, okay, whatever, I need it. So I ride out this per people job, whatever. Doesn't seem like a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It does not, Are there nuances and stuff? Yeah, because it's people. There's going to be nuances. But it doesn't seem like a bad thing. But sometimes, the environment tells you that maybe something different needs to happen. Like I said, with the pay thing, that's crazy. And the weird thing about it is it seems like they're doing everything they're supposed to do. It seems like, in my opinion, But I don't know. Like I said, I always speak what I want it to be, but you don't really know everything on the back end. And like I said, I know it's going to get figured out, but I don't know. But I do see where, there's some responsibility I could have took, but I'm so done. And then for them to send me some package in the mail, I don't want no package in the mail. I want my paycheck. That's what I want. And so I'm like, but it is appreciated. Had I got my check, that would have been perfect. That would have been icing on top of the cake, to get your pay and then get this lovely package. And I'm sure that's how they plan it because I think they care about their people. At least that's what I like to think, That's what I like to think. So, and like I said, nothing that they've done thus far has told me anything different, But yeah, so now I understood what the financial part of the dream was, where I had all these cards and, whatever. That's what it was. It was about my direct deposit. And lo and behold, the next day, that's what happened. Or later during the same day, this actually came to fruition. And then about the guy or whatever that was banging down my door. You know, I get it. I get what it meant because I had an experience and I understand it, you know. But yeah. So that's how I'm feeling. But anyhow, why am I recording this? Because I do dream vlogs and I wanted to follow up on how it related to my real life. And part of this is about transference of anger. I was angry at myself. Then I was angry at the bank. Then, you know, I was like, hey, wait a minute, but what if it's really the company that's the culprit, you know? But like I said, even though I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, it does. It's gonna get resolved, so there's no reason to be angry. And that's in the world in general about anything that happens. There's no reason to be angry because in the end, it's gonna be resolved. It's gonna be resolved the way that you like it or the way that you don't like it, but it's gonna be resolved. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that it would have been perfect if my money came when it was supposed to come and it went where it was supposed to went. And, you know, I would be back on track. But no, you know, but it's all right. But the blessing, let's look at the positive thing. The positive thing is that I know that it's a decent company, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know, as far as I can see. But I also know that I'm gullible. But my whole thing about the thing is see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. If they have not blatantly showed me something where they're trying to intentionally be mean, rude, disrespectful, or cause an issue, you know, I'm gonna be okay with it. So, you know, so the positive thing is that I'm able to have some time on Monday where I can call in and get everything straightened out. The positive thing is that it is a job and I have a job. So that's a positive thing. And, you know, everything I iron out. And there's other positive things that I'm not going to mention on here as well, you know, that surround all that, you know. And these persons or entities may not intentionally be a part of these positive things, but you are, you know, because the atmosphere, the situation, or whatever lends itself to put you in a place where you're adding to the positivity, even though you as an entity or individual may not mean to, but that's what you're doing. But anyways, I came on here to vent. I'm out. Peace.